Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So my guides asked me to come to my desk and deliver this short reading to you guys. It's only going to be for a specific group of people who are needing to hear a message, I believe, about career. So I'm going to share the channeled message that I received, and then we'll go into the cards that came out. And this will be a super brief message. You'll know if it's for you. So they said, there is more for you. Don't settle. Notice repeated patterns in your experience. At this point, they may be subtle, since you've worked on increasing your self-awareness. But there are red flags. You will notice if you pay attention. This is not the one. Move on. So yeah, I thought this was first about love, but then when the cards came out, it seems to be about someone's career. So as I'm looking at the cards, it feels like this person, whoever you are, is feeling like you're running out of time to achieve some kind of goal, and that you're settling on some kind of idea or project. I'm hearing the word collaboration. So you might be working with someone on something and it's being done in a way that you don't want it to be done, but you're remiss to say anything or change anything because you don't trust. Well, at first I heard you don't have a backup plan, but for others I heard you don't trust in the new idea that you are developing. And I'm hearing very clearly that this idea is something that needs to be birthed. It needs to be hatched with the egg here. And that there's something that needs to show itself with the moon. There's this idea of you haven't fully, how do I put this, Spirit? All the pieces are not on the table just yet. Some brainstorming needs to happen. So with the create card, there's this message about really sitting down and brainstorming and thinking through what you want to create, how you want to bring this to fruition, and not shy away from that process because you're feeling afraid. Okay, so we have create, then we have creativity, and then we have the wisdom keeper, which is a new perspective, study and learning. So I do get the sense that possibly there is something more to learn, or there is something more to understand, or more information to glean about what you're creating. But there's a very clear message here about trusting your vision. And then down here we have reach the unreachable, turn your idea into reality. And then that's followed by make work fun, be positive about your work. And then one thing at a time, focus on a single purpose. There's literally a story in these bottom cards. Reach the unreachable, turn your idea into reality. Then make work fun, be positive about your work. Then one thing at a time, focus on a single purpose. And then manage your time, value your most precious asset. So I am getting the sense that whoever this message is for, that you do have an idea that you believe is a good one, but you don't have all the pieces, or you don't feel fully adept at whatever this is just yet. That's how I'm hearing it. And I'm hearing you have the creative chops, but it feels like you might need help. That's what some of this request card was about. You might need to ask for help in, I'm hearing coherence. So putting this together in a coherent way. I'm hearing the word accountant. So there might be some aspect of finances that you're concerned about or don't know. I'm hearing the word investment, that you don't know how to invest in this or how to get investors. And there is something for yourself that you have to study and you need to learn and you need to do on your own and in your own right in developing this idea, but there's people who also need to be involved that you need to call in. I'm hearing the word vision board, and that doesn't have to be a literal vision board that you go out and buy oak tag and cut out pieces of magazines and stick them to that. It really feels as if somebody's just sitting down at a desk and just brainstorming, writing out ideas. But there's this feeling of avoidance that I'm getting in this message, that someone just is not sitting down with their thoughts, with their imagination. I don't know why, but I am getting that I feel afraid in some way, as if it won't come to fruition. I'm hearing pipe dream, that it's not really something that you can bring into reality. It's not really something that you feel would be lucrative, I'm hearing. And I mean, I was literally just pulled off my couch to come and deliver this message. So I know it will reach the right people in the right way. This idea about making work fun, I found to be incredibly important when that card came out, because it feels as if the person this message is for is feeling very stressed. And as much as they are creative, as much as you are creative, the stress that you're feeling and the pressure that you're feeling is taking away from the experience of passion and interest and curiosity and fun with this project or with this endeavor, whatever it is. So it is important to, I'm hearing, get back to basics when it comes to why you started this to begin with, why you dreamt up this idea, why you thought you'd want to do whatever it is that you want to do. And that part of what might be feeling overwhelming to you is how much needs to get done to get this thing off the ground. And that's where the one thing at a time comes in. It's this idea of really organizing. I'm hearing Virgo, of course, now. Well, not of course, but Virgos as a sign to me is always about organization. So, or somebody here might also be a Virgo. But there is something about needing to put things into pieces. So in my psychology practice, we call this task analysis. So you break down tasks into small pieces. So it can be really overwhelming to say network, right? That's like the first thing on my list. I have to network. What does that even mean? So network would be number one, and then A, B, and C beneath it would be something like create a list of people I want to reach out to. Number two would be construct an email to send out. And number three would be choose 3 people to have an informal lunch with. You see what I'm saying? So there's something about breaking this up into manageable pieces so that you can get it out of your head and onto the paper and be able to see it in steps. Now, there's another message here when it says focus on a single purpose. I'm getting this idea that someone feels as if this may not be their purpose, or it may just feel, Spirit, can you help me here, please? Thank you so much. A fragment of your purpose. And I'm being shown that I need to deliver a message to someone that we have many purposes in this life, and there are many aspects to each of our purposes and how we deliver them to the world or show up in the world with them. So, for example, let's say you're attaining your Reiki mastership, but you're not actually doing Reiki or doing healing services for people just yet. Well, now you're attuned, let's say, to Reiki 1 and 2, and you're finishing up your mastership, okay? You still have that energy flowing through you all the time. And so if you go to a friend in need, you don't realize that you carry that energy with you. And when you speak to them, you are delivering healing to them. When you pet an animal, you know, those hand chakras that you have, they're open, and you are helping people heal just by being around them, just by having intentions to do so. So there is something about, I'm hearing the word underestimating yourself, that you're underestimating your value and how much you offer the world. And recognizing that one idea could be a very big success, I'm hearing, albeit a part of your purpose, and that you may not need to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't need to put this thing on high and feel, oh, I need to do everything. So they're showing me, like, let's say you wanted to develop an app for healing services. You're getting very absorbed into so many of the details. Well, I want to put healers on here. I want to put clients on here. I need to do the disclaimer, and I need to, oh, now I think that healing isn't enough. So now I want to put other practitioners on here, and so on and so on and so forth. It's not a great example, but that's just what came to my mind. So there's this idea where you might get lost a little bit too much in the details in constructing this venture or this idea. And it feels as if Spirit is saying, really focus on one thing and get it right. Get all the details right about one aspect. Something that they're showing me to share with you is when I work with my patients in my psychology practice, and they're doing a task analysis about big things in their lives, big things that they need to accomplish. When they complete 1A, I always ask them to look at it as 100% achievement. So we're so accustomed to believe that a complete success is when you have completed something from A to Z, from top to bottom. But I try to teach my patients to see the smaller successes. So if I want to clean my entire apartment, it might feel so overwhelming. But let's say I want to clean my apartment, and that's one, and A would be sweeping the living room. Well, when I sweep the living room, I 100% completed that task, right? So Spirit is showing me for someone that you must understand the value in completing one part in its entirety. And that's how you should focus your endeavors right now, about checking something off your list and then feeling the completion of that. Not just, oh, I did 1/5 of my list, but I did one thing 100%. I completed it 100%. I hope that makes sense. And then with, manage your time, I'm getting the sense that this might be, I'm hearing the word side hustle. And I have a sense that this is something that you want to bring to fruition as a primary source of income, a primary focus in your life, but it's not going to be that right away. So I'm getting the sense that you really need to devote a specific period of time in your day to just focus on this, and that it could be helpful for you to create a block of time that you're only focused on this. So it doesn't feel like, so you don't feel rattled, because they're showing me this picture of somebody who's waking up in the morning anxious with this idea or this venture just running in the back of their mind constantly. And they might dip in and out of engaging that process. So it could be helpful to just say, okay, sorry, my cats are running around, if you heard that noise. So it could be useful to just take a block of time and say, I'm going to fully devote my attention to this venture. And now they're scratching. Sorry about that. From 12 to 1. And the reason why I actually use that as an example, because in my practice, I often find it can be helpful to have a natural break after this focused time. So 12 to 1 would be right before American lunchtime. So whatever it might be in your country or in your culture or just in your individual lifestyle. I mean, I don't eat at 1 o'clock. I don't go by those hours. I go when I'm hungry. But do you know what I mean? So, try to have it followed by a natural reinforcer, like a break, lunch, maybe going to the gym, so you can really feel good about what you've accomplished. So there's definitely something about needing to trust your creative process and what you have to offer the world, and that this is something that you, want to devote time to. But in the channel message, they really focused on this idea that you could be squandering your time on something that really doesn't make your heart sing, where you don't feel passionate. And certainly, I'm not telling anyone to get up and leave a job or to make any hasty decision. But if this is for you, you'll know it. You'll understand. And so they're just saying be aware of partnerships that may make you feel a stirring in your gut where you feel like something is off, but you can't quite pinpoint it. They just want you to trust that. And then this idea of maintaining some business or engagement in some job that just kind of is beneath you or really boring, and not making enough time to imbibe in this creative idea or this new pursuit, whatever it is. It could be anything. I am getting healing stuff, so I don't know if any of you are wanting to be a healer and you don't know how to pivot. And they're really just saying to see it as something that may start as a side hustle, and it may not embody your entire purpose to begin with, but just really stay focused, grounded, and create this time for it, is the message here today. So I just took out a final deck, and I'm just going to ask Spirit if they have any last messages for this group. Anything else you want to tell them? Anything else you want to tell this group of people who are watching right now? So we have transformation. That's very interesting. So there's these chains breaking here. There's definitely something that somewhere in this message about feeling held back, feeling chained down to a job or a career or a partnership that just isn't working for you. Reach out. Here, I'll show this card to you. It's really a beautiful card, actually. Reach out for the power and strength to make changes, enrich your life, and become the person you want to be. I just heard become the person you're supposed to be. Okay. So there is some very important message about letting go or releasing yourself from, I'm sorry, they were just showing me a tarot card and I can't place it. I think it's the Eight of Swords. It's the self-bound card. It's crazy that when I do these messages, I can't think so clearly. And then finally, let's see, we have, oh, beautiful star. Oh, that's so nice. This one too? Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, we'll address that in a second. So hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. So this to me is the outcome card because they told me to put this one in the middle. Okay, and this one says fire, let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Yeah, so there is definitely, Spirit is definitely imploring somebody to let go of some job and something that you're tied to that just isn't serving you anymore, and embrace the renewal of the present, because the present is calling for this renewal, right? With this egg card, hatching something new. And with the final message here, hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. I find the words in this card particularly interesting, enthusiasm and positivity, because here we have make work fun, be positive about your work. And this idea about being enthused, right? We have all these creative cards here, okay? Study, learning, creativity, creative expression, trust your vision, create, okay? Yeah. So there's something about really following the rhythm of your heart, I'm hearing, and that it can't go wrong. It can't go wrong. But the way to ground it is just to create this very focused time to attend to it and really get help in brainstorming and bringing other people on board to bring this to life. So Spirit is giving me the sign that I should close out. So listen, I hope that this helps somebody. I don't usually do messages like this, but I've been told that I might have to do more messages like this because the collective needs some more impromptu channel messages. Okay, anyway, so Let me know if this resonates for you. I would love to know who this resonates for. And I will see you in the next reading. Much love to you and many blessings. Take good care.